This is the Heritage Village, Florida Botanical Gardens. Back in the day, when it was too cold to go outside, guess what they used that for? All you iron workers out there. That's what you need. One about that size is a hobby. But look at some of the stuff you can make with it. Hinges, scoops. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what that is. But I sure hate to run into it on the wrong end. But look at the stuff you can make. It's not as hard to make this stuff as it looks, people, if you have just a simple tools to work with in the day. If you wanted to take a picture and you had plenty of time, you use that one because it would take a while to develop it. The one right here, my mama had for years. My sister still has it, an old Browning Kodiak. This is located in Largo, Florida, right out of Tampa. It's beautiful. We're fixing to go in there and check this place out. Look careful. Way in the back, right there in the very center, right there. See the holes in that log? That is a insect house. Different insects, bees, etc. Here is the lamb's ear. And you come around, thymes, peppermint, rosemary, sage, and basil. And look at the size. From here to where Samantha's standing, you're looking at a possible 8 feet. 8 feet in diameter.
It's up
And look at it, and it's off the ground. But look what you can grow in 8 feet. Right out your back door, people. Container garden. All your medicine and herbs. Container garden. A few pineapple plants never hurt anybody. They got a few growing in that thing. And there's a bunch right there. I see bananas in the distance over there. I'm not sure. This place is tremendous. You get lost trying to go around it. Discovery garden. A lot of this, like right here, is for children, trying to teach them. Also, there's bananas in the distance, and there's bananas right here. Tropical fruit section. Also growing blackberries. They're from North America, apparently. That's what they say. Somebody, what is it? There's no name, and I have no idea. But I know there's fruit hanging all over it. Here's a little section that'd be great for kids. Bright lights. It needs a lot of light. There's yellow squash. And here's your pepper, your yellow banana peppers. Then you have your cabbage. Then you have your bell pepper. And you get over here to cucumbers. And I'm not sure what the other side is. Bright lights. When you see something like this, and then you look out there and you see this, and then you see this, I feel like I'm back home in Louisiana. I definitely know what those gators are and how to look for them. To walk and see this whole place, you're going to need 2 or 3 hours to take your time and Botanical garden. This place would take all day to see it. I have no idea what that
They're
is.
called the walking tree.
These are called walking trees, and over their lifetime, they can move several feet to put themselves better situated for water and or sun.
That sounds like a redneck. They were spawning right there, but the beds are empty. So apparently the spawning season is over. And when you're walking around,
Sammy, you can come
be
to the
careful.
point and do it.
There's your gator laying right there. Absolutely laying right out in the open. And it's hard to see that turtle. My phone won't pick him up, but he's right there. That's the turtle. And there's the bird. I'm trying to talk and look at the same time. Fire up the barbecue pit, the food has arisen. Right there.
Wait a second.
This lever was a pump. It's froze up and locked now. There was tanks underground, which is normal nowadays also. You would take this lever and pump the gas up and tell you how many gallons you had. Okay? Then you would take this nozzle, which you can't move it now, put it in the tank, pull the lever. It was gravity fed. My uncle would let me pump gas and gas the cars. I thought I was playing. He was letting me work free. Notice the license plate. Horseless
Horseless.
carriage. That's something. Whoever these farmers was, they had it made. Hey, I see engines, steam engines. I see gasoline engines. Hell, we had a horse and a plow, a mule and a plow and a wagon. Everything we had was like that corn shucker right there, by hand. Now we did have one of these, but it wasn't one of these pretty buggies. It was this workhorse right here. That's what we had right there. Hauled a many a load of watermelons out of the field in one of those things that a mule looked to. See the wheels on this machine? But all these ridges right here, back before they had tracks, that got you through a muddy field when a slick track wouldn't. Look at this. That's the master blacksmith right there. He'll give you a tour, tell you how, why, and when. And look at the old tools. He's got 3 or 4 different anvils. He's got 2 or 3 blowers. He's got a lot of old scrap to rework, make down, break, whatever it takes. This place is small, but it's very well equipped. Those little vices right there. The vices right there. There's one of the blowers in the little bed.
We first started off with a pair channel locks.
Here's a shear. Here's some of that metal. And actually, there's his tools right there. Different tools. And like I said, there's not a blacksmith in the world that would throw away any iron. Look at it. Old scrap iron. There's an old blade right there. There's an old shoelace right there. The funny thing is I don't do blacksmithing and I got a shed full of the same stuff. Like I said, he's well equipped. He's over here, but anything you need to play with or work with, he's got the rasp, the files, the forges, the water to temper, cool the steel off. Okay, people, you put the juice, you crush the cane, which I should have started there, but I'm over here. You put the juice in this pot. You build a roaring fire underneath the end by this chimney right here. Now, when we were kids, you put the wood in right there and fire this big boy up. Pretty soon, that juice starts to boil. It forms a big white scum. And my grandfather would go sit under a tree, not even close, get away from the heat. He'd go sit under the tree and we'd have that skimmer right there. See the holes in that thing? And we'd be skimming the scum. And we thought we was uptown. We didn't know he was working us free. An old smokehouse. It was originally built in 1898 in Largo, Florida. It's a half-size reconstruction. And people, they smoked it. You can smell it. It's been well used. We also had one of those. Here's where I should have started. This is the crusher to get the juice out of that cane. You would feed the cane in through the cracks and spin this handle over my head. All right, and the juice would pour out the bottom. You can't see it, but down through the bottom into a barrel. From here, straight to there. And in a matter of a couple hours, you'd have syrup and brown sugar. This is repair shop for the boats. Seaming compound, different paints, tools, and believe it or not, I have a bunch of those tools. Back in the day, the old timers would take this wax myrtle. I didn't know that the Seminole Indians fermented it for a tonic for headaches, fever, and stomach aches. That's a new one on me. But I do know the old settlers, the old timers, would take this, boil the berries, because it makes berries, and make wax and scent their soap out of it, make candles out of the wax. This is a sponge company. They would import the sponges from Greece to Pennsylvania, and I suppose to here. And that's where the sponges started out in this part of the country. Close with this. I'm pretty sure I started with it, but I'm gonna close with it. This place, you would need at least a day. And after coming out, when finally got out, maybe 2 days to see it all. It's really one of a kind. I've never seen one quite like it. It's one of the best I've ever seen. It's actually better than building craft gardeners. I was just told by some people that it's better than Disney and Busch Gardens. All right. I do know it's better than building craft. I've never, it's too much here. I mean, anything, if you can't get pleased walking through here, you're going to be on my list as one hard-headed person.